Yo, this is cool. Elon Musk finally responds to Project Veritas sting in which Twitter engineer says all workers there are commie as F and that they hate the billionaire Tesla boss. He said, "Is this legit?" That's it. That's what he said. But those 3 words mean so much. Oh, yeah. In the viral video. So actually, I think so I posted this video. It's got like 6 million views. A Veritas video. I posted it because it was newsworthy. Ends up people are blowing it up and putting it like crazy. And I'm like, all right, cool. This guy says he only works 4 hours a week. Mm-hmm. I think he basically says people can, and like he did. I don't want to say that he always does. I don't know exactly what he's trying to intend. But he also talks about how the company is just left, how they all hate Elon. He talks about how the right will tolerate the left-wing speech, but the left will say, if you don't ban them, we quit. So Twitter basically says, okay, ban the people on the right because the people on the right don't care. All of that being confirmed. But in those 3 words, is this legit? Elon Musk, who is currently frozen the deal. He's delaying it, saying, prove your bots. And now everyone's saying, oh, he's trying to shake him down or he's trying to get out of the deal. I still think Elon Musk knows what he's doing. I still think he has a good likelihood to win. I think he's likely exposed fraud. And with this Veritas video, Elon Musk may now be able to actually renegotiate the deal. That's the big news. Because a lot of people on the left are saying Elon Musk was willing to forego due diligence, saying we'll do the deal as is. The contract is the contract. Right? Apparently the Twitter board is saying, no, he's got to buy it. With this video release, though, Elon Musk can be like, whoa, wait a minute. You didn't disclose the work hours. You didn't disclose censorship or political ideology. But more so, I think the work hours in this is going to give him an ability to try and go back at the Twitter board.
The real victim is the woman on the date who had to hear all of this
right,
on a first date. That is a lot for a Tinder date.
Brave women.
And I got to tell you, Project Veritas journalist.
Right.
There's a meme where it says, if you are an engineer at Twitter and a beautiful young woman
exactly.
wants to know about your job, it's James O'Keefe.
Yeah. Do not say anything.
I think that's the easiest way to put it. Like,
it's so funny that there's no Edward Snowden-esque leaker, and literally all you need to do is go put a hot chick in front of a tech nerd, and it's over. You've just blown the company.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. So I'm watching this leak the other day, and I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad dude. He says that he's okay with Elon buying the company. You know, he's become more left, but he's, you know, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's telling people like, this is what's happening at the company.
Well, and he's saying it's bad for business. It doesn't even sound like he's being ideological. He's like, this is hurting the place I work.
But the sad thing is, you know, he meets this young attractive woman on Tinder and he thinks maybe he's finally found love. But it was James O'Keefe the whole time. You know what we should do? We should do a skit where we get a guy talking to a beautiful young woman and then he's like, wait a minute, something's off. And then he grabs her hair and he pulls it off. James is
every time.
It's like actually James
It's
O'Keefe.
actually James
mask.
O'Keefe. Yeah. They pull the wig down and then James is literally, he's sitting there in a suit. He's got a microphone. Tell me more about what you're
He's there
saying.
in the pimp suit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have nightmares about that
Sounds
forever.
great. I love it.
This is the sting operation. It's young women on Tinder and it works.
I mean, it's genius.
It's brilliant. It
It's
really
so
is.
basic,
I
it's
think it's
genius.
legit. I think it's legit.
Well, and I think it's because, like, man, when it comes to this stuff, especially in this culture where, like, no one is encouraged to cultivate any self-control when it comes to sexuality, I think a lot of young men, they're like, okay, this, like, could be a sting. Like, there's a probability, but I'm just going to try anyway.
Yeah, that's why no one
It's
nowadays wears condoms anymore. It's
Yeah,
just
go
the
for it.
whistleblower equivalent of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if we are being arrogant and maybe this dude, what's his name, Siru, he might be swimming in women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might just be kicking back with his own pimp outfit. And he's like, just another girl at 7:00. Make it quick, lady. In 10
I mean,
minutes,
he only works 4 hours a week.
I mean,
Right?
yeah,
He's got a lot of time on
yeah.
his hands. Maybe he does just have a bunch of different girlfriends. We don't know that.
I gotta give
He thought he
another-
was playing her.
Yeah.
Maybe he's spying on her for another organization.
gosh,
Like, we
yeah,
don't
maybe.
know. Maybe he's wearing a hidden camera.
He's trying to take down O'Keefe. It's just like the circular reign of hell.
Dude, can you imagine how paranoid James O'Keefe must be on a date? He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, all right, eventually this is coming for
I
me.
know how this works.
Yeah.
He's just always trying to shake them down for microphones.
He's like, I gotta run it through the belt.
So
He's like, let's go to the beach for our date. Yeah, well, we'll go swimming.
Yeah,
we'll go
good,
swimming.
yeah.
Sarushti, I gotta admit, I do feel bad for a lot of these people that get caught by O'Keefe, because I don't think not every single person that gets exposed is a bad guy.
Right.
No.
This guy is he's a senior engineer. He's in this environment. He probably doesn't know or care about what's going on culturally. He knows a little bit, and he's like, yeah, this is what's happening. And so now he's forced to be a whistleblower, basically. But I still respect and think what James is doing is completely legitimate. I mean, it's real reporting. And if we can't hear what these people are saying and doing, and we don't know what's going on in these companies, bad things happen.
Right.
So this guy getting, basically admitting everything. And he's different from a lot of what we've seen. When we've seen like that Google woman and she's talking about stuff, it's like you've got people at big tech companies talking about how they set policy, how they do policy. This is a guy in a date who's like, yo, this is what my company is like. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
So now he's deleted his Twitter account. I think he's deleted his LinkedIn. The Twitter has issued a statement to their tweeps. That's what they call it.
That's the most offensive part
Cringe.
of all
Yeah, I'm
this.
super offended by that.
Tweeps.
What is a
so,
tweep? What is a tweep? Is that a customer or is that someone who works
That's a
there?
worker.
Someone who works there. So
Yeah.
here's the
Wow.
email.
I mean, he didn't mention that on the date.
Yikes! Yeah, no wonder.
Funny.
He's still too
It was
ashamed
like,
of that.
Yeah,
It's like
really.
they call
Right,
us tweeps.
It would have been funny if he just started crying. He was like, they call us tweeps. All right, so we have this this Instagram post from Veritas. Targeting of tweeps, says the email. Tweeps.
Oh
I
my.
can't believe I'm reading that. As we expected, a video was posted this evening by Project Veritas depicting a tweep allegedly speaking about a
Stop
number
it.
of company issues. We're in contact with the person involved and doing everything we can to help them. There may be more videos to come, and we're continuing to monitor the situation. Help them? Help him, you mean? Why are they saying them?
Them they.
Are we learning something
pronoun.
about Siru?
Yeah.
Well, but all right, is it not a little bit interesting that everyone at Twitter who didn't like Elon Musk felt very comfortable voicing their displeasure with him potentially taking over the company, even though he may have been running the place in the near future? But someone who has issues with the way Twitter is run now tries to be very quiet, and the only way we're able to get information from them is on hidden camera.
Right.
Right. It goes on. It says, please review my previous note on how you can protect yourself and your fellow tweeps from similar attempts in the future. If you think you are being targeted or have been targeted, contact blank at twitter.com redacted. For safety and privacy of those involved, we ask you do not tweet about the situation or any related issues. Please remember that we all have an obligation to protect confidential proprietary information and not discuss internal conversations, policies, or products outside of work. Take care and stay safe. Pat, as soon as you sent the email out, they leaked it to Project Veritas.
Ding.
So that last message right there fell on deaf ears for sure.
Whoopsie.
Oh, good though. I mean, so Ciro may not be somebody who's stepping up and willing to speak out about what I view as corruption within the company. Somebody is. Yeah. Somebody, is showing what they're saying behind the scenes and exposing what I would view as malfeasance.
Also, are there any hot blondes that can go undercover and find out why I'm shadow banned on Instagram?
There you go.
Can we just start just hiring our own hot girls to
That's a good
find out?
idea.
I'm imagining the
this.
same scenario with like a hot young girl talking to Mark Zuckerberg and how he would
Has
be.
no idea how to respond.
Yeah, he would just be like staring at her blankly. And
Yeah.
she's like, tell me about your work. My work is good. It's like, okay.
Start speaking to her in binary. Like, all right, I have no idea.
011010111.
Okay, buddy.
What's happening? No, I don't know. Zuckerberg's married, I think, right? Isn't he
Yeah,
like
he's got
married
a
the
daughter,
family?
yeah.
I do always think it's stupid that people try and do these arguments where it's like, if for some reason they don't like you, they attack your manhood.
Yeah.
But
Why?
primarily on the left. I always find that funny.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that people on the left who are the ones who are like traditional masculinity isn't a thing, and then they're like,
projecting.
you're an incel? It's like,
Well,
okay, I don't know.
well, because one thing the left,
because
they
everyone's
don't
hypocrites.
believe. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
The left doesn't believe the things that they espouse. They know that conservatives are generally more sensitive to the idea of whether or not they're being considered masculine, or at least they assume that. They're constantly trying to break down gender barriers, but they think, oh, if I challenge his manhood, then I'll be able to manipulate him into doing what I want.
Everyone has the same fears. Everyone has the same insecurities. Everyone's a hypocrite.
Not
everyone
me.
uses the same stuff except for this guy.
Except me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except Seamus, yeah.
but I'm like it's like they go after Ben Shapiro. First of all, I've heard over and over how short Ben Shapiro is.
Yeah.
Then we go and meet him,
He's
and
not
he's
that
like
short.
normal,
Shorter
like
than
average
Taller
height.
than all of us. He was like 6'7". It was
He's
crazy.
like 6'3".
Another live from the liberal
What
media.
if-
Ben Shapiro's like
Ben
7
Shapiro's
feet
just
tall.
yoked.
Dude, he just dunks on all of us, like literally.
They actually built an oversized set because they want
he
people
had
to
to look
no
normal.
I think he's like a slightly
5'9".
about average.
Yeah, he's
and I was
5'9".
like, oh, he's
Oh,
like
sick.
average.
He's taller than me. Great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tight,
But
tight,
they,
tight.
they-
You
they-
didn't have to tell people that.
Yeah,
Like
you
you
didn't
didn't.
know that.
They all know.
But they
Honestly.
lie about his height.
Yeah.
And then they also call him an incel. And Ben's just sitting there with his kids and his wife, and he's like, I have a family. And then you're like, I don't understand why.
this is
Who are they
doctor.
trying to hurt?
Yeah. Go after ideas. Go
Yeah.
after ideas. That's all
Yeah.
you have to do. If you have any merit to yours, go after ideas. Like anytime it's like when you're fighting with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and the second you realize you're wrong, you just like change the subject and panic. And you're like, oh, you said you were gonna cook the last week, and it's just you're panicking. You're doubling down and you're panicking, and you're short. All right, bud, you're out of ideas.
Yeah.
No, it's true. There are so many. It's funny because you bring up relationships. There are so many different communication habits that you see predominantly on the left that would be deeply unhealthy in any kind of relationship.
Right.
So, for example, they assume that they know that you have some kind of like racist attitude inside of you or sexist attitude, and then they're just like trying to pick at your words in some way that'll justify their narrative. They like start with the conclusion that you're a bad person acting in bad faith, so they can malign you. That's not how you have conversations with people. That's not how you have conversations with people. It's deeply unhealthy.
This is why I was saying the other day when we had Matt on, I was like, we don't do stuntmen.
Right.
Yeah.
Political stuntmen, people who make games of things and they're like infotainment stuff. I'm not going to invite them on. I mean, maybe, but people who have done it to us are just like out the first time they do it.
Yeah.
So if they try and pull any stunts to rage bait their audience and go, woo, look at us, we're culture wars, I'm like, we're not going to invite that guy. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.